Hello everyone. I welcome you all in this session. You know that UPSC asks a lot of questions on constitutional bodies, and these constitutional bodies are very easy to go through. You can easily know about them, and on the basis of that, you can easily solve the questions in prelims examination. So, today we are starting a series in which we will see all the different types of constitutional and other statutory or executive bodies in the country. So, let's start with Election Commission of India. Here we have to focus on what are the important dimensions on which the UPSC might ask a question in prelims examination. So, let us see about the Election Commission of India. First of all, we are going to talk about its composition. If we talk about Election Commission of India, it is an all India body. So what does it suggest? It means that it is the one organization which conducts elections at central level as well as state government level or state level. So it working at both union and state level. Then there is one question: what are the different elections which are conducted by Election Commission of India? And here you will see that at union level we have elections of Lok Sabha, we have elections of Rajya Sabha, also you have elections of Vice President and President of India. If we talk about a state level, you have State Legislative Assembly or what you call Vidhan Sabha, and in some states we also have State Legislative Council. Can you mention the name of the states which are having a State Legislative Council at present? You can write the name of those states in the comment box. Then what Election Commission does? It conducts election for State Legislative Assembly plus State Legislative Council wherever it is present. Okay. Then there is another thing. We also have elections at panchayat and municipalities level. But be very clear here, Election Commission of India is not responsible for conducting elections at municipality or panchayat level. These are conducted by State Election Commission. And there is one more thing. State Election Commission is not like a part of Election Commission of India. It is a different body set up at state level. So it is not under the purview or control of Election Commission of India. Then if we are talking about Election Commission of India and its composition, there is one more thing which we need to know. How many members are there? And how these members are being decided, like whether there is one member, two member, three member. UPSC has even asked question related to it. In 1 year it has given that Election Commission of India is a 5-membered body. Clearly that statement was incorrect. But then we have to see how many members are there in Election Commission. At present we have 3. But this number is decided neither by the Constitution nor by the Parliament. It is decided by the President of India. He can decide what would be the number of the election commissioner in India. There might be 2 election commissioners and 1 chief election commissioners, which is at present also there in India. We have 2 election commissioners and 1 chief election commissioner. But see, the power and salary of both chief election commissioner and election commissioners are same. Then let us talk about what is the tenure of these election commissioners. Again, it is not provided by the Constitution, but they do have a tenure of 6 years or until they attain the age of 65. You will see that this is the same condition in most of the constitutional bodies. Then there is another thing. We have seen that we are having 3-membered body, and we have again seen that their powers are same. So how is any conflict resolved in Election Commission of India? See here, the decision is by majority. Means suppose if the Election Commission has to conduct an election in a particular state, let's say for example Bihar, and if two election commissioner says no, we cannot do this at present, then the election won't be conducted because it is decision by majority. So even if chief election commission is willing to conduct elections and the other two election commissioners are not willing, then elections won't be conducted there. Now here there is one difference. Although the powers and salary of election commissioners and chief election commission is same, but there is one difference: how they can be removed from their post. In case of chief election commissioner, he can be removed in the same manner as a judge of Supreme Court. But if we talk about election commissioners, they can be removed from their post just on the recommendation of chief election commissioner. So here there is a huge difference between their removal process. Okay, now there is one more interesting thing. In most of the constitutional body, you will find that their expenditure is generally charged upon consolidated fund, meaning there is no discussion over the expense of these bodies in the parliament. But if we are talking about the salaries of chief election commissioner or election commissioners, then it is not charged upon consolidated fund of India. It is voted upon. When we would discuss about budget, we will see what is the difference between these two in detail. Now let us see another thing. What are the main functions of Election Commission of India? First of all, we have seen that it is conducting election, so it makes preparation for conduct of election, like maybe it will prepare the electoral rolls. It is the one which notifies the date and schedule of the elections. It is not decided by the government, it is decided by the election commission. It also determines the code of conduct, and it also has the power to cancel polls if there is any rigging of elections, if there are any fraudulent practices in a particular area, in a particular constituency, then the election commission has the power to cancel that poll, cancel that election. Again here it has one more power related to political parties, granting them national or state level recognition. Can you tell me how many national parties are there in India? Then the registration of political parties, it is again under the ambit of Election Commission of India. Also, if there is any dispute relating to political parties, it is also settled by the Election Commission of India. There is one more advisory function of Election Commission of India, and that is, suppose there is a disqualification of any MP or any MLA, then the president or the governor will ask for the advice of Election Commission of India, and on the basis of that advice, the president or the governor will disqualify any MP or MLA respectively. Also, there is one more function. You know that from time to time delimitation commission is constituted as per the changes in the population and different things. So determining the territorial area of the electoral constituencies, determining the territorial areas of electoral constituencies is again the job of Election Commission of India. So we have seen in brief the composition, its power, then some of its functions of the Election Commission of India. In the next session, we will discuss about some more prominent constitutional bodies. Thank you.